Hello again. My name's Danayutta.
My name's Ksantikara.
And we're here to talk a little bit about how to thrive and not just survive in this unusual time that we're living in. So probably right now, or at least here in the UK, we're just getting to we're sort of in emergency measures, and things are actually changing on a daily basis. So movement's restricted a little bit more every day, and like I've noticed that my diary's just got like a hole blown through it. These meetings I thought were going to happen aren't going to happen. In fact, they're replaced by other things like doing this particular video, for example. So maybe your life might be a little bit chaotic right now, or you suddenly find yourself in a situation where you're self-isolating and you're by yourself or with people who you may not normally spend a lot of time with, say your family or your housemates. But actually what will then quite quickly happen is that we're going to be moving into a longer period of this new normal. And I think what's really, really important in this situation is to see if you can build a routine.
Yeah, so I've been noticing lots of newspapers and online blogs kind of talking about how to set up a working from home routine. So suddenly everybody or lots of people are working from home, and how do you blend your work and sort of non-working life, and suddenly it's all in the same space.
Yeah. What we're more interested in is like how do you set up a practice routine,
Yeah, so one other thing I've been struck on online is lots of really kind of positive messages, particularly on Instagram, about, this could be the time where people will read and write and discover their passion and better themselves and lose loads of weight, etc. And I'm already finding sort of these few days into this sort of emergency time, it's not quite working like that for me. I'm not yet reading more, I'm not yet meditating more or studying more or finding my passion. I'm actually just mainly a bit anxious and stressed and not sleeping as well. So I think it's really important that we that we could use this time to thrive. It could be a time to read and write and meditate. But what we'll need to do is build a routine.
Yeah.
And we'll particularly have to do that off our own backs, because usually we have other things that we have to go to, and it breaks up our day.
Yeah, like a gym membership, or a class that you go to with a friend, like coming here to the London Buddhist Centre with a friend.
Or having to commute or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. So the really, really important thing is to see if you can look after yourself in a very, very basic way, first of all. So see if you can get into a good morning routine. So, maybe wake up every morning, see if you can spend a little bit of time without any mobile phones. You might just want to, sit quietly and drink your cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and then see if you can maybe do some yoga or some qigong or some kind of body work. Actually, a friend of mine, Johan, he tells me that he does 20 minutes of skipping with a little jump rope. So, if you already have like a jump rope handy, you can do that, or maybe you can just order one online. But see if you can do a little bit of some movement, and then fairly swiftly just go and meditate. Just go and meditate. So you can meditate for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even 20 minutes or even much longer. I meditate for longer than that. And if you don't already know how to meditate, you can just have a little look at our London Buddhist Centre online website. And we've got guided meditations in the two practices that we teach, mindfulness practices as well as loving kindness practices. So get a really, really good morning routine and see if you can perhaps stay off social media, stay off your phone, stay off the news during that period of your morning routine. And also, I think evenings are really, really important. One of the things that I'm finding myself doing since we've sort of had closed the London Buddhist Centre, because I teach here a lot in the evenings, but since we closed the London Buddhist Centre, what I've actually started is an evening routine where I go out for a little walk with my husband every evening after dinner. So we have dinner together, which is actually quite unusual for us, and then we go out for a little walk after we've done the dishes. And that's just been very, very enjoyable and calming, and it keeps us off social media and keeps us off the news in the evening.
Yeah, and so as Danayutta was saying, at the moment we've suddenly got this period where my diary is completely empty. All of my plans have gone. So I've got all this time, all this space, even probably quite a lot of time on my own or just in small groups. So it's a bit like being on a retreat. It's a bit like being on a Buddhist retreat. I've suddenly got loads of times, I haven't got much plans, I'm not around many people.
Yeah.
So, rather than being anxious and checking the news and losing all your routine, what we're suggesting is, can you touch that inspiration of maybe I could use this time for something constructive. Maybe after all this is over, I could come out with a new way of working with my mind, or a more positive outlook on life, or a set meditation practice, by building in these routines and really looking after ourselves in those sort of basic ways. Could we really inspire ourselves to change and make the most of this situation?
Yeah. So here at the London Buddhist Center, we're trying our best to sort of help people in this situation, and sort of in a way like keep inspiring people, but also keep ourselves inspired. And the best way you can support us is just to make a little donation, or even make a very big donation. A very, very big donation would be really, really helpful. And actually, the most important thing for us would actually be regular donations. So if you can take out a standing order or give regularly to the London Buddhist Center, that would be really helpful.
Thank you very much.
Bye.